Uh, Prime Minister, as we wrap up this interview, quite an important task, and you are saying that in your lifetime you'd want to see all these issues that you've spoken about, but particularly the issue of ensuring that Africa is working at night does happen. But your future in politics as well, in Kenya, as we wrap up, it's one thing that many people are asking whether are you still going to soldier on, challenging the position or being involved full-time in politics in Kenya. What's the future like for former Prime Minister Raila Odinga in Kenya in particular at the political level?
Well, Kenyan politics, of course, is vibrant, and as you know, I have participated in Kenyan politics for a long time, and what happened in the last elections, of course, is regrettable. The Kenyan people feel cheated over what happened last time. It was such a blatant act of impunity, worse than has ever happened before. The Kenyan people are actually going to deal with it. It's not a subject I want to talk about outside here at the moment. But I've said that I am ready to serve the people of Kenya, the people of Africa, in any capacity, as it were. I have been only actuated by my desire to see the best for Kenya and the best for Africa. And I have a conviction that Africa has ability to liberate itself, but we must come together as a people, one people. And in this, I'm talking about the unity of the people of Kenya, and the unity of the people of Eastern Africa, and the unity of the people of Africa. I believe very strongly in the ideals of Kwame Nkrumah, that Africa must unite. Africa will not be able to fully challenge the immense resources and powers which are coming from outside Africa if it is segregated the way it is. Africa will remain basically a source of raw materials for industrialized East and North. And this will not be in the best interest of African people. So trans-African trade, unity, creating a bigger market on the continent will help African people to be able to protect themselves against invasion from outside the continent.
And finally, your message to leaders on the continent as you embark on this process of setting up this fund, but also perhaps to investors as well for this dream that you have, that you want to work on to be realized. Your message to whoever cares around the world and on the continent on the establishment of the African Fund, Infrastructure Fund.
I think that the time is not on our side. As you know, that the world is growing so fast right now. Technologies are becoming obsolete much faster, unlike in the past, during the period of the first industrial revolution. These days, the changes are just so fast. You see, something you see is new within a matter of months or a year, something else has come. So Africa must keep pace with this fast socio-economic development in the world, so that we can be able, to also revolutionize growth and leapfrog. We must leapfrog so that we can catch up with other countries which are ahead of us. And this requires Africa thinking as one, not Africa thinking in compartments. You see, look at Europe. Europe consists of very many nationalities, different languages, but they have put EU there, and EU is now much more integrated. The inter-European trade stands at 70%. Europe trades to 70% with itself, only 30% with the rest of the world. Intra-African trade is only 15%. You see, Africa is just looking more outwardly, yet we have got a big internal domestic market within the African continent. That is a matter that needs to be addressed as a matter of urgency. And each and every country must need to develop its infrastructure to the border so that you can interlink, And we need to address the issue of securities. If you want to, for example, now put up the infrastructure I'm talking about from the east to the west, you need security. In some of these African countries, you still have got guerrillas running around, fighting, thinking like in the Stone Age period. This must bring Africa to the 21st century. These people must be made to understand that time for ethnic tribal wars is over, and so that the continent is actually civilized and emancipated in the interest of the people of our continent.